Hello everyone, this is Costless time coming at you with another predictions video of the NFL Week 16 of the 2024 season. Just a quick recap for Week 15. I had an 81% correct pick uh, percentage. We'll take that 13-3 out of 16 games. I'll definitely take that for sure. My wrong picks were Miami over the Texans, the Panthers over Dallas, and the Lions over the Bills. Everything else I picked correctly. To be honest, it was kind of an easy slate. This slate a little bit more difficult, I will say. So we already have three games that I already passed. Put picks on those on Twitter before the games kicked off, but just so you guys are caught up, I had Denver over the Chargers, did not happen. Kansas City over Houston, that did happen, and then of course Baltimore over Pittsburgh, that did happen. So we are, it is 2 hours before the noon games kick off here on Sunday. So we'll try to get this video out quickly. Of course, this is just for entertainment purposes. Please do not, this is not betting advice. And if you are going to choose to bet, please bet responsibly, of course. So, Arizona going to Carolina. This is the game where they told Kyler Murray it's going to be cold. And he's like, I've played in the cold. And then they told him it's going to be 40 degrees. And he said, shit. So we'll see how Kyler does. Carolina's a plus 195 favorite at home. I like the Cardinals here. I really do. I'm gonna agree with Vegas on this one. But yeah, Cardinals at a minus 5.5 uh, points. So you know it's gonna be a competitive game for sure. And we shall see what happens. But I think I'm gonna go with the Cardinals. Like I said, I'm gonna go out on a limb here, pick the cards in this game. It's gonna be tricky. I like the spread on that 5.5. Um, it's not gonna be a blowout. I think it's gonna be close, but I think if Arizona really wants to be in the playoffs, this is a game where you have to win for sure. Tennessee going to Indy. I'm going to take Indy on that one. Don't really want to spend too much time there, but Tennessee sits right now at a plus 160 favorite, and the spread is the Colts minus 3.5 points. So yeah, they think it's going to be another close game on that one. I'm not too sure about that. I think Indianapolis kicks the shit out of the Titans, but maybe they know something I don't. But I think Indy, it's not really going to be a competitive game in all seriousness. Cleveland going to Cincinnati. It's the Battle of Ohio. Um, the Battle of Mid, in my opinion. Cleveland a plus 360 underdog. That's crazy, man. That is crazy. Cincinnati a 9.5 point favorite. Um, yeah, that's more realistic. I think Cincinnati at home, they're gonna just walk over Cleveland. Um, yeah, Cleveland. Besides that snow game against Pittsburgh, what have they really done of significance? Not much, to be honest. Um, and I'm not a big Jameis hater because I know people are gonna say, "Oh, you just hate Jameis." I really don't. Honestly, I'll take him on the Giants next year if it comes to it. But yeah, I just don't see the Browns beating the Bengals, especially away from home like that. Detroit against Chicago. Chicago is a plus 280 underdog, and the spread is Detroit minus 7. Um, of course, this is a rematch of the Thanksgiving debacle where Chicago was giving them a game. But of course, now Chicago got rid of their coach, got rid of their offensive coordinator, so I don't really know who's coaching the team. I can't tell you. I don't think Chicago wins another game this season, especially Detroit. Detroit losing to Buffalo last week. I think they make an effort to get back in winning column, and yeah, I just don't see how they fuck this up. I know it's in Chicago. I know it's gonna be like shitty weather. Shitty weather. Let's see. Let me see what the weather says here, because I'm curious. 32 degrees, partly cloudy. Mm, doesn't sound doesn't sound that great. Doesn't sound that great. Typical Chicago weather in the winter. It's gonna be a shit show for sure. I'm gonna go with the Lions. I think the Lions, like, it's the same label I throw on the Cowboys. I call them soft because they play in the dome. It's just a perfect opportunity to dispel those rumors and really prove everyone wrong. We shall see if they end up doing that, though. Hopefully they do. Hopefully they make me look good with my pick. Philadelphia going to Maryland to take on the Commanders. I'm gonna go with Philly on this one. I hate the Eagles. I really, really do. But I just don't see how they lose this game. Um, let's see where the Eagles. The spread's -4 for Philly, and Washington's a plus 175 favorite. So I could see that one possession game. It's not too bad. They were able to shut down Jaden Daniels the first meeting, and I think they're going to be able to do the same. I already can see um, the stadium filled with Eagles green everywhere. They do travel, the Eagles fans, sadly. So yeah, I just think Philly wins this pretty. I don't want to say pretty easily, but I think I'm pretty confident with that answer that Philly wins this game. Washington, I've been singing their praises early in the season. Kind of cooled off. They kind of cooled off. I think, defenses are getting an idea how to play against Jaden Daniels and this offense led by Cliff Kingsbury. But um, we'll see what happens. I think as of now, the Commanders are a wild card team. They're 9-5. I would feel like that would be good enough to be in the wild card. Let me take a look here, guys. So yeah, Washington would be the last wild card spot. They're battling for the last wild card spot. So right now they're in seventh at 9-5. Seattle's 8-6 at eighth position. Atlanta's 7-7. So they still have plenty to play for. So yeah, it's not like they have that wild card spot locked up or anything. So should be a good game, honestly. It's a shame it's at 12 o'clock. Um, I always like watching Philly versus Washington. I don't know why. Um, that's probably my favorite in division game that doesn't have the Giants in it, to be honest. Or that one in Philly Cowboys, just because it's two toxic fan bases going at it. But yeah, I think from on the field perspective, Washington, excuse me, Washington against Philly is always a fun one to watch. My Giants going to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Um, I will be honest with you guys, it is very embarrassing, but I will admit something to you. During the springtime earlier this year, I was really considering going to this game. Had the hotel lined up, had the flight lined up, just needed to pull the trigger, and I said, I want to go to Atlanta. It sounds like a fun place to visit. Always wanted to go see that stadium in person. But am I really gonna go spend all that money to watch Daniel Jones play football? The answer is no. And I guess the funny part is I'm not gonna go see Daniel Jones if I would have gone because he's cut, thank God. But the Giants are gonna get rolled. They're gonna get absolutely rolled. So I guess it was best money well saved in this in this situation for sure. But I have Atlanta winning pretty easily. Giants, check out this money line, guys. Giants plus 380. That's I think the highest I've seen was like Carolina plus 500 over against the Chiefs. This is um this is an indictment on the roster. I'm just okay. I was gonna say that I don't think they're the biggest underdog. The biggest underdog is the Patriots against the Bills. They're plus 750. So, but what do those two teams have in common? Worst rosters in the league. Um, both GMs need to get fired from both franchises, I will say. But there's some idiots in my own fan base that want to keep the general manager, want to keep the coach. I know the coach has no say in the roster, but you know, with the Giants case, they're basically a package deal, and I don't know how you can have the worst roster, definitely bottom three roster in the league, and you want to continue on this where we're 3, 4 seasons in. And I don't know how you can continue with the Joe Shane experiment in New York. I can't name you a draft pick by Joe Shane besides, excluding the rookies because it's too early to tell. I can't tell you a draft pick. Please excuse me. Um, I can't tell you a draft pick that Joe Shane's made that I can tell you confidently they're gonna get extended. Like, oh yeah, extend him early. Give him whatever deal he wants. You know, we're approaching contract years for this guy's first round of picks. Kayvon Thibodeau, we'll trade him if we're smart for like a second rounder, third rounder. You know, Evan Neal, he's gonna be unemployed in no time. So it's just the Giants, man. It's just they're so ass, and it's because of Joe Shane. But don't want to turn this into a Giants video, but I had to voice my concern. Atlanta, I don't care that they're starting Penix. Penix is gonna rip our secondary apart because we don't have one. Our starters are hurt, and we're playing with like fourth choice cornerbacks. It's honestly, if I could run fast, I think they would. I could try out for cornerback for the Giants at this point. Um, they are that desperate. But Atlanta by a lot. I'm glad I didn't go to this game for sure. Next game is the Rams against the Jets. Honestly, interesting matchup. The Jets, I know, guys. I call the Jets booty cheeks. I make fun of them all the time, and I do. I really do. It's not lies being said about me. I do make fun of the Jets, but this is a coin flip game. You look at the matchup predictor by ESPN Analytics. This is a coin flip. Rams favored 50.5% to the Jets 49.1%. You look at the money line. It's plus 135 for the Jets. The spread's only 3 points. Rams are the favorite, -3. So yeah, it's a coin flip game, but I take a step back and say who cares more? And I think it's obviously the Rams. The Rams can still win the division. Um, yeah, the Rams right now they're sharing this lead of the NFC West with Seattle. They're definitely still in this thing. Whereas the Jets, it's kind of like we'll beat up on shittier teams if we can, but they just they're rudderless. You have Garrett Wilson saying that he wants to leave. You have all the stuff coming out uh, during midweek about how the owner's a complete moron. He has his teenage sons running the organization. Um, yeah, it's a shit show. I don't expect a team like that to really go out there and give another team a game when they're for sure slightly better. I know the names on the roster are big names, right? Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, but guys, the Jets, they're not serious. That's not a serious team. So I'm gonna go with the Rams, but be warned, it is a coin flip game, and I understand why. I bet you, it's cold right now in the New York area. I know that. Yeah, 22 degrees, and it's gonna be windy as shit in Jersey in the Meadowlands. So yeah, if you're going to that game, jeez, I feel bad for you, but bundle up for sure. We got Minnesota going to Seattle. This is a game where I was on the fence about. Seattle plus 115 underdog, and the spread is Minnesota minus 2.5. So Another closely contested game, but I'm gonna go with Seattle here. I just think that Minnesota, like the like the Lions, they're a dome team, but I trust the Detroit Lions more. I think Seattle's just gonna come out, and I know that Geno Smith's gonna throw a pick, but I think they're just gonna do enough somehow, some way to get the win. I'm going out on a limb on this one, I will admit, but yeah, you should see the next game I'm talking about. Jacksonville going to Vegas, and yes, I have the Las Vegas Raiders winning. I believe Vegas is the favorite in this game. The money line's Jacksonville plus 120, and the spread is the Raiders minus 2.5. So, and you look at the matchup predictor, 58.1% says that the Raiders are going to win this game. So we shall see. We shall see. I'm gonna go for the. It's not even an upset. It's not even a upset, but I think the Raiders win this one. I know they don't have Max Crosby. I know that they don't really have a quarterback, but I just think that this is a game where Antonio Pierce is gonna have their guys ready for this one. They're gonna try to get a win. And for my Giants, it would be great to see the Raiders win because then that probably locks up the number one pick for the New York Football Giants. So I am hoping that I'm right on this one for sure. Um, Both from a betting perspective, my reputation as a predictor, and also my fandom for the New York Giants. San Francisco going to Miami. This is also an interesting game. This is going to be close. Matchup predictor says 53.8% to favors the Niners. We look at the money line. Dolphins plus 110. San Francisco, the spread is San Francisco minus 2.5. So another close game. I just like Miami at home. I don't know why. I think Miami plays a lot better at home, and I think I just like Miami better. I don't know why. I wish I could articulate it better, but I think yeah, I just have a feeling the Dolphins find a way to win this one. San Francisco coming off that disgusting Thursday night game against the Rams at home. 12 to 6 they lost. I know the weather wasn't the best. It was to say it wasn't the best, that's kind of funny, but yeah, it was really bad. It was really bad. What can I say? So yeah, we shall see. We shall see, but and you know what? San Francisco's coming off the mini bye. I could change my pick, but I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna stick with Miami, but I can definitely see the Niners winning this one, and I can see why the Niners are the betting favorite for sure. But I'm gonna stick with my pick. I'm not gonna switch up on the Dolphins. I'll stay true to my initial instinct on that game. The Pats against Buffalo. I already mentioned this game already briefly. Pats plus 170 underdogs. That's fucking crazy. Predictor says there's an 82.4% chance of a Buffalo win. I think we all know 15 degrees in Orchard Park. Yikes. That is cold. That is really, really cold. And with the wind chill, I think you'd rather be dead. Let's be honest, but not really much else to say. What's the spread? It's got to be massive. Plus 14. 14-point spread. That's crazy. That's that's insane. But we all know the Pats are cooked. Their coach is a buffoon. You see the owners, Bob Kraft and his son in the booth saying this play calling's ridiculous. I think the writing's on the wall for Jared Mayo. It was cool to have him there. It was a nice experiment. Jared Mayo got fed to the wolves on that one. It was just a bad situation. Not sure why he would agree, but that's not my problem. Obviously, um, that you got Sunday Night Football. I don't really know why, how you can justify you know, this game as a Sunday Night Football game. I guess Dallas is still alive in the playoff race somehow. They're still alive, so maybe. But you have the Cowboys sitting at 6-8, taking on the Buccaneers at 8-6. I don't know how Dallas. If Dallas gets into the playoffs, that'd be hilarious. Honestly, I would like to see it just because they would get rolled over in the first round. But yeah, yeah, Dallas is something else. Matchup predictor has 69.9% chance of a Buccaneers win. On the betting side, Dallas at home is a plus 170 favorite with a 4-point spread. So yeah, I'm gonna go with what the analytics is telling me and what Vegas is telling me. I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay on this one. But if Dallas were to win this, I wouldn't be entirely shocked. And I know I've been saying that about like every Dallas game this year, but it is the truth. It's just that's what they do, man. I can't explain it. It's like Dallas, they just win random games, and that's why the fans run with this is our year. We're really good. They get fooled. They get fooled, and yeah. So it happens. It happens. But yeah, you know me. I'm not rooting for a Dallas win for sure. So hopefully Tampa Bay does us a favor tonight. Of course, tomorrow night I'll give my predictions on the Monday Night Football game, which is Saints Packers. I don't even need to read you any more numbers. Packers by a million, 14-point spread, and the Saints money line is plus 170. Yeah. Do I really need to say much else? The Saints are ass. The Packers are good. It's at Green Bay. Let's see what the weather is. 29 degrees, cloudy. Yeah, and a night game. It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be really cold. But I appreciate you guys for watching, especially if you've stayed on this late into the video. I've been enjoying these. I do apologize, like I said. I I need to be more consistent with my uploads. I believe I will. I believe I will now. Um, but yeah, we'll see you on late Monday night or early Tuesday morning, um, where I do my recap of Week 16. But until then, please take care. Please like, share, subscribe, comment down below if you are interested, and please, please be safe. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy your Sunday, but please be smart about it. Thanks for watching, guys. Costless tying out.